Hi everyone, my name is Ivan, and today I will be present for you the entry point to the big world of quality assurance, and how you can get here. So let's first of all, I will share my screen, and this already a middle of my presentation. So yeah, today I hope everyone see the screen. So today we will walk through the slightly the description of the quality assurance engineer duties, along with discussing the skills which you need to have or you need to develop when you want to be successful on this area. Also test automation, and discussing the generally, let's go to the my profile, and after that it will be agenda. So my name is Ivan. I'm a test automation engineer, currently playing a role of QA team lead, also acting sometimes as a technical trainer for various quality assurance and test automation topics. Also, I'm a practicing mentor, helping people to grow in the professionally, and also giving some advices how to, if necessary, of course, how to move to the next career stage. So main language for me, not of course Polish or English, but main programming language for me is Java, but also can work with JavaScript. So one of the things today will be polyglotic in programming languages. So to be more interesting from the marketing point of view. Yeah, more details about how I started, because really, if we're speaking about some switching from your current position to the IT and quality assurance, it in some degree also applicable to me, because generally I started as a system programmer for mainframes. This is a big computers which produced by IBM company. And after 4 years of being the system programmer, I switched to quality assurance and test automation. So there need, in my opinion, also to be made few steps to switch to it. So we will discuss it also. I will describe it generally, and you can ask your question. So, and now agenda. Yeah. Today we will speak about what is quality assurance, here to understand where you want to enter, and also we will discuss in the duties of manual test engineer along with the duties of the test automation engineer. We will check how possibilities how to start with the manual test automation engineer, let's say career development, how to switch, because I assume that maybe someone from you already working as a manual test engineer and want to switch to the automation. We will also touch this. We will speak about the essential skills and check few possibilities how to, and discuss mainly, because really, if we're speaking about interaction, you can use freely our chat, our questions and answer section to also start the discussion, which can lead to some kind of conclusions which will be helpful, I hope, for everyone. And in the end, also we will look into possibilities which GlobalLogic can give to you if we're speaking about the entering this quality assurance road. For now, before we starting, let me open the chat, and I will assume that everyone greet everyone. And now from your side, can you please write down in the chat your current position, where you're working, and maybe in 3 words or 1 sentence, your motivation. Yeah, let's go with some warm up. Yeah, we'll see how chat working, your current position and your motivation to visit our webinars IT Basics series. I just write down the. And now? Yeah, come on, share. Or you? Oh, okay. I see. First. Really, I appreciate that you sharing your current position, and I see that there is already people who are in IT. So I'm expecting from you some kind of maybe comments to my answers. Maybe even you can share. Yeah, most probably the option to share your experience will be our chat. But anyway, it's very good that you are sharing it with me, and I see that you are really guys came from different areas, and I will try to sum up in general how you can enter this quality assurance road and how you can be successful during this journey. Yeah. So you can proceed with the outputs, but we are starting from the main question and from the base here. Yeah, because really, if you will came to your first as a fresher, if you will came to your first interview, I am as an interviewer, yeah, because I used to play such role constantly during maybe last 4 years of my work. I will ask you, what is a quality assurance in your opinion? Yeah, and you will, and for me, it will be interesting to listen your vision. Yeah, how you see it. Even, yeah, I'm not expecting you to follow such. Yes, if you will know the definition which is provided in the books, in the internet, in the courses, it's okay. But mostly, I need to understand how you personally, yeah, by your words, understanding what is quality assurance. Generally, this is a process in software development that helps to ensure that a product or service meets specified quality criteria before it's released to the customer. Here, generally, it's a continuous process where we, as a development team, I will speak in general, yeah, project managers, developers, quality assurance engineer, DevOps engineers, yeah, we're trying to reach the definite degree of customer satisfaction and reduce the risks of negative consequences, which usually were very impactful for business. So main steps in this process are planning. Like, I think in most processes there is a need, the activities need to be planned. Testing itself, where you starting from the test design, after that you executing test and reviewing, yeah, your test which was created, and not only test, because really there is a bunch of let's call it testing artifacts which are created during the quality assurance process. So we are debugging, yeah, our in this case, debugging means where they debugging our automated tests, yeah, automated test code, because but if you will look into the more wide context, yeah, it's also can be review and fixing some gaps in the testing which have been revealed during review. It's also can be called as debugging. Yeah, when you go in walk through, doing walkthroughs through your artifacts and checking of discrepancies. Monitoring. Yeah, you need to understand how the this process in generally works, and which steps you need to do in order to make it working more effectively. And maintenance, of course, you establish in the testing process, and somehow you need to maintain it to keep it alive, let's say. So maintenance is also a very, very big part of the quality assurance process. So let's go to our essential main guy during the quality assurance activities. This is a manual test engineer. So really, if we're speaking about the manual test engineer duties, it is a question of project requirements. Yeah, and it's very, very good when you, while entering the project, having the clear understanding of your responsibilities as a quality assurance engineer. So here we will just list the typical structure of test engineer duties. So develop detailed test plans and test cases based on the product requirements, user stories, and technical documentation. In general, any inputs which can give you some insights and understanding how the system needs to be tested. Because in my opinion, if we're speaking about testing, we're speaking about risks. So if you know that your system will work like a clock and you have zero risk level for some reasons, yeah, you don't need testing, because you know that there is zero chance to anything happen which will interrupt your business. But generally, it's always not the case. You always have places where some risks lurking, and you need to do something. And for these purposes, we as a test engineers are the main persons in the product risk identification. Yeah, generally, we have a project risks and product risks. And if we speak in product risk is a subcategory of project risks, but if we're speaking about testing, we're speaking about the product risks, where we have a set of requirements for our product. Yeah, our customer want to earn money. Yeah, and our customer create some new fancy technology which can help him to earn this money. But there is some points where something can go wrong, and we need to reduce these points and outcome of this something can go wrong as much as possible with the testing. For this purpose, yes, you need a plan. You need a test plan. There is a bunch of test plans which can be created, starting from the some kind of a master test plan and going through the, let's say, level test plan, or even test type, yeah, like acceptance test plan or API test plan. Yeah, any type of testing requires its own test plan created. Of course, while gathering more experience, you will see that there is some moments and some information which can be moved to the template. Usually, in the more controlled environments, you have a templates which you can use for the test plan activities. But anyway, you need a plan. In this plan, one of the points is the test cases. So you need test case execution, how it will go. This also one of the duties of the manual test engineer. Of course, you just okay, you created a plan, you created test cases, but who will go through all these steps? Yeah, one of the duties is manually execute test cases on various platforms, devices, and configurations to identify defects, issues, and deviations from the expected behavior. What is test case? This is a set of data, yeah, input data, and the expected behavior definition. When you have pass fail, pass expected equal actual behavior. If it's not equal, you already have a bug. So feel free to deal with it according to the policies on the project. So third duty is to accurately document test results, including the steps to reproduce issues, the severity and priority of defects, and any relevant screenshots or logs. If you want to control something, you need to gather the data related to this process. And test report, this is a must have artifacts which need to be present if we're speaking about any kind of testing activities, because you really will not understand what was done, what have been done good, what have been done bad, and which output to use for the lessons learned. Review process. Yeah, as a manual test engineer, you need to review and participate in review and update test cases to accommodate changes in the product, requirements, design, or functionality. So in almost each case, the business of our client is very dynamic, and the requirement related to our product will change depending on the business dynamics. So you need to update test cases to reflect these changes, to be always up to date, because really the cost of executing outdated test cases is big, but the return from this will be zero. So it will be just money spent not without any benefit. It's not all. Yeah, there's also a bunch of other duties. Yeah, it's a report, track, and verify defects. Defect management, we can call it. So if you see that there is a actual not equal to expected behavior, it's a defect, and you need to write down which currently often called the defect report, where you will provide all the necessary information about the issue which you or your colleagues catch during the testing activities. Three main, in my opinion, three main points for the defect report is a short description, steps to reproduce, and actual versus expected results. So this is must, along with the environment where you cache it, and etc. But there is a critical minimum of information which need to be present. Also, there is, let's say, if you will work as a QA in some kind of a silo, yeah, your own QA silo, it will not benefit project quality so much. That's why you need to work closely with other teams. The quality assurance, it's not only the test engineer responsibility. Quality assurance, it's a whole team responsibility. So work closely with other members of the QA team, as well as the developers, product managers, and other stakeholders to ensure product quality and adherence to project timelines. So deadlines is our one of the main enemies, because in general, testing can be done continuously, but we need some to understand when to stop testing. So it can be, let's say, a lack of money, end of the sprint, or yeah, just a deadline from the manager. So if you will be more experienced, you will train and mentor your junior colleagues. It's also one of the duties of a test engineer, yeah, because really you need to share best practices and to provide guidance on effective testing activities, and in general, this is a very good practice, which will allow you to grow as a professional also. Yeah, because providing the information and receiving the questions will make you find answers and extend your knowledge base and become more professional. Yeah, for trying to find an answers or to keep people keep people asking questions, and they also will grow as a professionals. Continuously assess and improve testing processes, methodologies, and tools to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of manual testing efforts. Going through what you do and checking the places where it can be improved. Of course, you need to have a always improvement steps arranged, to have a scope, to have a budget, to have resources for it, because most probably in a well-established process, you already have some kind of activities aligned with the deadlines, and usually it can be challenging, in my experience, to improve testing process because of different type of obstacles. Yeah. So this was few words about the manual test engineer. Yeah. If we're speaking about the test automation engineer and about his duties, usually it goes hand in hand with the manual test engineer duties. Yeah. Especially for not even for junior specialists, but also for seniors, there is a part of work on the project which related to test automation and the part of work related to manual testing activities. And this ratio, this only the place where it the ratio can be different for different project. Yeah, it depends usually on the, and it's also good to ask your a recruiter or a hiring manager about what is the ratio of the tasks, test automation engineer task and tasks related to the manual testing activities. So if we're speaking about test automation engineer, we recalling everything which was previously said about manual testing plus write, maintain, write, maintain, and optimize test scripts to automate various type of testing using programming languages and automation tools. So test automation, it's about automating the part of the quality assurance process and automating using the programming languages. So you need to write these automated scripts, and you need to know how to write it good. Create and maintain test automation frameworks that support the execution, management, and reporting of automated tests. So there is not enough just to write down the test scripts. It's also all these construction need to be maintainable. Yeah, there should be some kind of easiness in execution. Yeah, and it will be very nice that your test automation will report some kind of results which was or bugs which was revealed during this execution. One of the principles is a fast feedback. Yeah. So and reporting. Yeah, your tests need to give understanding to the stakeholders how the system looks like for now, how it's healthy or not. Also, you need to ensure that automated tests are executed as a part of continuous integration and delivery process. So continuous integration, maybe you already encountered this word. Yeah, it's about building the pipeline. Yeah, software delivery pipeline where there is a steps, automated steps, which makes delivery process faster, more faster. Usually, this include build. This include some test run. We as a test engineers and test automation engineers will be responsible generally for the steps which related to testing activities. Maybe you already know that there is a unit testing, there is a integration testing, and of course there are more type of testing, but usually the steps in this continuous integration pipeline for which we are responsible is the any steps which have testing as a part of the step definition. So before writing these all steps or creating a framework, of course you need to have a strategy. You need to have a strategy related to test automation. Part of this test automation strategy is the test data generation. Your automated test need to produce results which will be the same for the same test data. So one of the, it's not only the question of write down the test, it's also the question how to organize and manage your test data to get more benefits from your automated solution. Also, test debugging and troubleshooting. So automated test is a code, and each code have tendency to have some bugs. Our tests also are susceptible to these bugs, so you need to go through this code and to troubleshoot if necessary and to find out the root cause of some failures, because with automated test you can have false positives and false negative results. So false negative is when your test fails, but you not have bug, or false positive when you test pass but you have bug. So you need to also be aware of such cases and deal with it. Performance testing activities, also usually will require some kind of knowledge base related to the performance testing tools and some kind of other parts related to performance testing. So this is in general the test automation engineer duties. So we will start now with the overview of the possible ways how to improve your skills and how to prepare to become the quality assurance engineer. Of course, maybe you already had spotted, but now there is a time to go into your chat and your point related to the top skill for the QA engineer. Please, your thoughts into the chat about the top skill for QA engineer. Raise a hand, but maybe it's better to use the quality question and answer sessions, or chat. Yeah, because usually raise a hand is about unmuting someone and asking, but we seems not have such capability. So yes, let's go, guys, with this, with your opinion, and we will move to the list. A lot of experience is a very good skill, and if you're speaking about experience in testing or creativity, agree, attention to detail, yeah, and I see that mostly for now there is attention to details and the problem solving, and in my opinion I agree that these skills are at the top of essential skills for the test engineer. Yeah, strong analytical and the problem solving skills, because usually what you have not working feature, let's say, or improperly working feature, and you need to understand how to why it's not working. Yeah, because you need to provide information to developers, and yeah, usually if we're speaking about defect resolution process, there is time to fix defect. Yeah, one of the metrics. Yeah, if you which you can count it as a time to fix defects, and the information which will be provided from your side. Yeah, if it will be clear and concise description, if it will be clear steps to reproduce, if it will be if the defect management report will have some kind of a pictures, screenshots, or videos, it will greatly improve this defect resolution time. So, but for this, yeah, to work, one of the duties, yeah, where you can use this problem solving and analytical skills, because you need usually to analyze the a lot of things need to be analyzed during the testing. Yeah, especially when you have the system which have a lot of moving parts, and where you didn't let's say not so clear how these moving parts interact with each other. So really it's a must, and how you can work with it. So I think logical solve logical tasks in the internet, which where you can also find a lot of them. So really, and maybe if you cannot solve it from the first from the first pace, you need to try to understand the solution, and you will see that it will greatly expected to greatly improve your problem solving skills. But yeah, also attention to detail and accuracy. Yeah, to spot the issue, you need to maybe in some some types of testing, yeah, maybe especially in exploratory, because really, if we're speaking about a scripted testing where you have a scripted testing procedure, you go step by step, and you go looking into, let's say, almost every time one place to check the result. But if you go into the exploratory testing, it's some kind of more creative process than just going through the test script, and you need to look into places where you assume the defect, you can find the defect. Of course, this information about these places is a historical information, and if you know that there was a bunch of bugs in this feature previously, you first of all will go to this feature, and you will see that the extent of the test coverage of this feature will be much more dense than the coverage of other features. So familiarity with the software development methodologies such as agile or waterfall, for it will be very good when you will know what is agile and what is waterfall, how these methodologies operates, and what is the differences. Yeah, but in my opinion, it's not required to dive too deep into these definitions in the beginning. Yeah, me personally as an interviewer, I will be mostly interested in the yeah, I think I will spot first 2 skills. Of course, they will be in the top of my list as an interviewer. For example, for our academies, I will go to this topic in the end. So understanding of software testing principles, techniques, and tools. Here is also, yeah, one thing you can you know about it being already in the IT. Yeah, but if you out of this area for now and want to enter, I think you need you at least you need to know, yeah, about all these principles, techniques, and tools. But how to use it, of course, and which technique apply in which case, it's this knowledge you will get on the during hands-on experience and then during your work. Ability to write and execute test cases and test plans. If you have it, it will be good, but for me personally, it will not be the, yeah, it's not a top. Basic programming knowledge to understand software functionality and communicate effectively with developers. Yes, I think you need to know how to enter the value into the field, or the how to, I don't know, open the second tab. Yeah, if we're speaking about web. If we're speaking about the embedded stuff, more advanced on mobile, yes, I think it's in my opinion some basic understanding you should have. At least you know how to use the Google Chrome or Edge browsers, if we're speaking about the web application testing. Familiarity with various operating systems, devices, and browsers, as I said, yeah, as it will be the main environment. Yeah, let's call it environment where you will work. Yeah, as for example, web application test engineer, or when you will test the mobile applications, you need to know how to use them to at least to eliminate time which will be required to introduce you to the project. And yes, I think this is top one of the skills which you need to have. You need effective communication and teamwork, because knowing whom to ask and knowing which question to ask, you will be able to resolve maybe 80% of issues. Of course, you also need to learn fast. Yeah, maybe one skill to add here. Yeah, because it's really dynamic environment and it will be very helpful. So effective communication and teamwork, strong analytical and problem solving abilities, along with attention to details and accuracy. So questions and answers section, guys, and I will get back to these in the end. So feel free to raise hands or to use raise hands will not work as a question and answers section. So let's wait until the Q&A slide in the end. this is about the skills, yeah, and these skills will be variable. If we're speaking about the manual test engineers, yes, is strong analytical attention, effective communication. If we're speaking about the, let's say, trainee, if taking trainee position, trainee test automation engineer, basic programming language knowledge and basic yeah, also will be required here, because you need to write a code, yeah, and let's say some degree of skills which will required for software developer also will be required for the test automation engineer. So yeah. Now let's say my vision will be presented here, where you can start with your IT journey, and what will be, in my opinion, more let's say more quick start for you. Yeah, for sure, this will be the paid or unpaid internship programs. As an example, in GlobalLogic, we have various types of academies available, like for the Java Developer Academy, automation, test automation engineer academy, and quality assurance engineer academy, where you can first of all start your IT career, because usually, yeah, how it was previously, you will be hired as an intern in the GlobalLogic, and you will be paid for this academy participation time. You will have the lectures where our engineers will provide all the necessary information according to the program for you to be successfully hired to the real project when you graduate this academy. So in my opinion, and of course it's not only related to GlobalLogic, but if you have possibility to participate in such internship program, I really encourage you to do this, and let's say at any cost, yeah. But this is more direct road to the to become the QA engineer. Volunteer projects, yes. Usually, as a fresher, you can lack of some understanding where to go next and what will be the next step. Okay, you know the you for example know how to program, you write your first hello world application, what to do next, yeah. And while working on the volunteer projects, you usually have people more experienced in the area where you also want to progress as a professional. So in my opinion, this is a good, but if we will get back to the skills, you need to have the good communication skills to get as much as possible from your participation in such projects. Second, if you because really next steps, roadmap, these let's call artifacts also need to be created by the people who already know the topic, and you need a mentor. In my opinion, as a it's greatly will improve your chances to be hired, yeah, or to be taken. Again, for to participate in internship program, you also need to be prepared, yeah, because usually there is a few people who also want to on the one place, yeah, in this academy. So mentor support will greatly improve your progress, because you will understand usually mentor is a person who already works in this area a good amount of time and who already understand the market requirement, especially for new joiners, and can guide you with next step. This is your personal projects or pet projects. Let's say for a manual test engineer, it's a little bit hard to but again, you already can create if you have a mentor. Your personal project will be as a manual QA engineer will be the test plan for some feature, and set of test cases which you can create for this feature. If we're speaking about the test automation, it's a little bit easier because for test automation, what you can create, you can create the Git hub account. You can create the repository where you can push your code, and this code will be some kind of testing scenarios already automated. It can be UI, API, whatever, and you can use this repo, link to this repo in your CV, and it will be your portfolio. Like for developers also have the usually nice to have the portfolio, which I as an interviewer can check before our interview to understand maybe your weak points, maybe to get some information about what I can ask you, and or even give understanding how you fit to the current position. Because really, me personally as an interviewer, I always like to have the interviewees repos links available before, to check their capabilities, their let's say programming skills. And software testing competitions, never participate. I personally never participated in such competitions, but again, if we taking into account your let's say networking capabilities, effective communication, you can get some benefits also from the participation here. So the best option, in my opinion, this is a internship program in the company, which will in future, of course, in case of showing good results, propose you the, let's say after intern, it will propose you usually trainee or junior position of related to quality assurance. So to get information about this, yes, maybe where to start. The first step, it will be active in social media. Try to follow the big players on the market. You need to follow the GlobalLogic LinkedIn profile, for example, to understand what will be the next, when will be the next session, or what is the current activities related to possible internship programs in GlobalLogic. So really, first step is to follow big market players in the social media, because usually this information is posted in the different platforms. If we speaking from the context of the switching, because I already saw in a chat that there is also attendees who already working as a manual test engineers, and maybe you want to switch to the, not maybe, if we will look into the market, there is a big amount of positions which will require not only the manual test engineer skills, but it will this position will require also some test automation experience, of course, from you. But if you already have these skills let's say in some, you start developing them, and the company have possibility to hire you while providing you some time to get more experienced in the programming. It will be very, very nice, but you really if we will go back to the question what to choose, manual or automation, it will be and yeah, you need to have both skills, and you need to look into the you need to gather technical experience also in the programming. It will greatly raise your market price, and more companies will want to hire you or even take you to the yeah, paid internship, for example. So but yeah, and it's not or, it's and. But if we will get back to the topic of switching, yeah, first of all, you need to learn the programming language and to programming principles. Yeah, something like solid, I don't know, OOP, object-oriented programming principles, and how to use it. So usually, if you will take programming course, it also, if it's a good course, it will touch these general programming conceptions also. So learn programming language. It's better to learn several, yeah, to be more attractive for different positions. Yeah, understand test automation principles. So there is a bunch of principles, and I will show you, if I will have time in the end, yeah, how you can get some information related to your educational process using the ChatGPT bot. Anyway, so study automation testing tools. Yeah, mostly you need to have the basic understanding how to use it. It's yeah, I will not require from you the deep knowledge, but already, if you in the quality assurance already and you want to switch, you already have the bunch of experience, which will in my opinion give you some understanding where to use which tool. And of course, usually you will join the project where there is already more experienced colleagues with which you can which will share information with you, see the skills, effective communication. So learn the version control system. Yeah, you need to know how to, in my opinion, it's mandatory to know how to push code, to commit, to create a repo. These all Git basics. It's mandatory because really, if you want to create your portfolio will be resided on the version control system like Bitbucket or Git, and somehow you need to put this code here. So this is must-have skill. Gain experience with continuous integration and delivery tools. It will be very, very good if you will know how to work with Jenkins or with other continuous integration tool which currently built in the version control system like GitHub Actions or GitLab. It's already a bunch of information available on YouTube, and you just need to set up a goal, yeah, and gather the all information. Yeah, of course, if you have a mentor, he can create a development plan for you. Yeah, something like, okay, we have a e-commerce web site, on which the set of some basic scenarios can be automated using one or another tool, and you can move all this automation into the CI pipeline, which currently available for free. Yeah, for example, GitHub Actions, and you already will have the portfolio, yeah, in which, along with your programming skills, will demonstrate your knowledge of continuous integration process, yeah, or continuous delivery. Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you, because I see the communication, sorry. So next point is, as I already mentioned a few times, you need to build a portfolio. You need to build, it's better a set of, it will be, yeah, how I see the portfolio for the test automation engineer. Set of tasks, set of repos, I mean, each repo will be concentrated on the particular tool. At the beginning, it's not necessary to mix, let's say, for example, API testing and UI testing in one repo for Selenium, second repo for REST Assured. Anyway, you will use JUnit or TestNG in one as a test runner for this, so it will already combine a bunch of tools like run like a project, let's say, code build system. You will use Maven and etc. Yeah, so you if you will have a set of such cases along with a good README file, yeah, because really this will show your skill related to the documentation description. It will be very, very nice, and really will benefits your switching. Let's say will improve speed of your switching to the test automation, and yeah, how you will find your test automation job. So contribute to open source projects. This option, yeah. Okay. Usually open source it depends on the type of open source project, because I saw usually there is a very, very let's say complex code in this project, and you as a beginner in test automation, it can be hard for you. But as an option, again, if you have good communication skills, you can find some work for you, and as a part of your portfolio, it will be nice that you will be as a contributor for one or another tool on the market. Yeah, really, really, it will even, yeah, you will switch not to the same position, but maybe the one step top. Yeah, and continue learning and growing as a professional. It's something like a general advice which I put here, and this should be one of the main takeaways of this presentation at all. You really need to learn, yeah, every day, and because in my opinion, even if I learn something new for me today, I already 2 or 3 steps yeah, ahead of the current age, because you don't know how many things already enter to the market or ready to enter to the market, and there is a bunch of tools, and really you need to still learning constantly. Yeah. So let's take a look a little bit further, and let's say, yeah, where you can let's discuss where you can go next, being the quality assurance engineer and already working on this. Yeah, it's because really quality assurance, it's not only about the executing testing, creating test plans, it's about the solving client problems in different ways, but usually it's in case of providing more comprehensive testing activities, yeah, improving the testing process. So, of course, if you started as a trainee, you will go like the trainee, junior, middle, senior, lead, test engineer, or you can also, if you're thinking that you mostly like the technical part of this field, you can become a technical test lead, or you can become, if you most likely to work with the people, you can become a QA team lead. But there is a bunch of mistakes you need to make before. There is a bunch of knowledge we need to gather, a bunch of people to communicate with. But this is like a classical road of a test engineer. So after QA team lead, you can go as a test manager. Yeah, it's usually so. Let's say after senior position, it can be not so much difference how these titles will call. Yeah, the duties will be almost the same. Yeah, you can test manager. It's something like QA team lead plus tech lead can be, or yeah, there is a bunch of definitions for this position. And as I mentioned previously, it depends on the project where you currently are. Yeah, the roles related to the particular title and responsibilities. I mean, if you like to manage testing process, of course you can like to manage the project itself, and you let's say will have good opportunities to become a project manager, and after it you will go on this project management road like yeah, senior vice president, and why not. Of course I missed few steps in between, but this is where it can lead this road. Okay, technical trainer. Yeah, if you're feeling so I'm a technical trainer, one of the motivations to become is I like to work with the people who know, let's say, more than me. Yeah, or at least they have a same amount of information. So that's why I try to share my not try, I'm sharing my knowledge during these trainings. I'm listening for other yeah, to create the communication loop, to get the information about what I'm doing correctly or not, because really it's very, very nice to have the critics available for the activities what you are just doing. Yeah, because being the one QA on the project, yeah, you don't know how. Okay, client is satisfied, but how these let's say align with maybe other opinion. Yeah, they're such experienced person. So you can become the trainer also after it if you like to share your knowledge, and if you want to make world better. Yeah, in case of make people more knowledgeable, and yeah, also give them some kind of a boost to grow as a professionals. Yeah, software developer, why not? You work in a test automation engineer, and you making a good progress in this in programming. You know how to solve these programming tasks. Yeah, you're okay with these all Google interview questions and Amazon interview questions. You can go you can switch to software developer. I'm not saying that it will be easier. Yeah, because the tasks which need to be done by test automation engineer is in order of magnitude lower requires lower level than the task which have been done by software developer. But there is no restrictions here. If you entered, you can try a different kind of possibilities. If we're speaking about your further roadmap and your further directions in IT, yeah, software developer is one of the options. So you can go as a manager, you can go as a test engineer, you can go as a trainer also. Trainer, it's can mentor we also can include is, yeah, because training it's about some kind of concentrated efforts, yeah, and concentrated piece of knowledge which you can give to others. And mentor is about I think, in my opinion, is about giving the advices, yeah, and also following the progress over this over your mentee, yeah, how it develops, how he or she develops, and seeing how it grows as a professional. So this was about the further steps. Yeah, a little bit, as I said, about me. Yeah, I started as a system programmer in our university. We have a program with one of the companies, and on the last year I joined this program, and there was a half a year, yeah, exercises. It was a classes on one of the company's office with very experienced developers, because really, if we speaking about the mainframes and about the system programming is yeah, there is not so many positions where you can check which is related to mainframes, where you can find the keywords like that, ZOS, or what else, RMF, other abbreviations which are present. So after graduating the university, not after graduating, I already take my first job, being the last year student, and maybe 3 months work. After it was a part-time job, and after I graduated, I get the whole time. So it was a very interesting project, but it ends, and I decided to switch to the quality assurance, because if I want to stay with this mainframe topic, I was binded too much to the current department, to the current team, and yeah, I really like to find a new opportunity. So what I need to switch to the quality assurance. Generally, it's about your willingness to switch. Yeah, it's about you say to yourself, okay, I need something different. So context, yeah, it is a different context that maybe you have. It was in one company. I just moved from one department to another, but also, yeah, if you want to switch, you need to look for these internship opportunities or academies. Yeah, it will be very good point. After going to this project, my new project, which related to test automation, this was let's say some kind of a not a requirement, but the team lead go to me and say, okay, now let's go with your Java language level improvement, and let's earn some certifications. And I passed I prepared, of course, for the Java 6. It was Java 6, and I passed this certification. And in my opinion, if you will have one, yeah, the certificate related to programming language, it will be a big plus to you. And yeah, of course, along with the ISTQB foundation level certificate, really it will give your resume a few dozens of scores plus. My team lead, yeah, helped me a lot with the introduction to this project, introduction to test automation. He spent a bunch of time giving me advices. Let's say I mostly not required the person who is sitting near me and telling what to do. I just his duty was just to, let's say, find out an interesting problem related to test automation, and my duty was to solve this problem. Yeah, because really you need to solve a lot of problems to get more experience in the programming along with the test automation also. So to automate some kind of a table interaction or whatever. And management, yeah. The managers, which will help me to move from one department to another, also big support. Yes, budget for the certification also go from managers, budget for courses. Yeah, you really, the communication is a key. You need to communicate. If you already entered to the company, you need to communicate with everyone to understand what's going on and to get more information about what your next steps and how people can help you with achieving your next goals. A lot of work, yeah, it's clear, I think. Yeah, you need to do a lot. You need to create a portfolio. You need to, I don't know, participate in different activities. You need to be visible, especially during the internship. Yeah, you need to ask questions. You need to ask questions. You need to solve all home exercises which you already obtained from your mentor or trainer. So a lot of work is required. And GitHub portfolio, as I discussed, it's already I started create it, and for now, yeah, let's say you can visit my GitHub account and you have something to check and even something to fork, to try maybe, I don't know, Selenit, to try Playwright, to try Selenium, yeah, JUnit, whatever. I know that there is a bunch of other stuff available in GitHub, but I have my own and I can present it if necessary. So really, taking into account the context that I switched in the a bit in the company, yeah, I just switched the departments. It was not so easy, but really achievable from my side. Yeah, market, yeah, and I know that there is a bunch of other factors which can influence your let's say entrance capability into the quality assurance. So if we speaking about the about your next steps with our company, first of all, as I said, and you need to be aware of any GlobalLogic activities related to learning and development department. So stay tuned with us and follow our social media updates to check if there is some kind of opportunities related to academies or internship. Okay. Yeah, maybe step number 0, prepare your CV. Yeah, and this is another topic, and I think maybe we already have something arranged related to CV, or you can find this information in the YouTube. But from me, personal advice: add the GitHub link to your CV and to make your code if it exists, or if it will. I hope it will exist for sure. Make it present and make it visible for your hiring manager or recruiter. Yeah. Also, during the first interview, it's usually 15, maybe half an hour max. You need to present yourself like a motivated and goal-oriented person who want to go with the company hand by hand, and who will be very helpful. And yeah, you need to show that the company and you will benefit during your work together. And okay, CV is ready. You know that the academy is starting next month or so. You already sent your CV and the recruiter contacted you. Now, again, if we take into account the information related to the skills which is required, if you, let's say, a little bit work on each skill, you will be able to pass the recruitment interview. Yeah, in most cases. So motivation for me, for example, I personally participated during the Automation QA Academy. I participated in this interview, and each candidate was interviewed by me. So mostly for me was really interesting trainees, juniors. It's an attitude, it's an problem solving skills. If the person is already know a little bit of Java, can write not only hello world, but some more like more complex program, like you can read something from the input stream and write down it to the console. Yeah, it also will be nice. But really following this, working with your skills, which was mentioned in the previous slides, will greatly improve your chance to reach the academy. Along with academies, in GlobalLogic, we have the Smart Start program, which currently in the development process. And going to the point one, stay tuned with the GlobalLogic's updates, because really L&D department will paste the updates related to this program in LinkedIn. So yeah, that's how in general, that's the description of the process, how you can go with us. And yeah, thank you very much. And again, the conclusion will be that it should not be or manual or automated testing. It should be and. You need to be proficient in both these areas. So, and now let's go to questions and answers section. And I already have 9 questions here. Nice. Let me drink.
Yeah, thank you, Juan. It was amazing presentation. Yeah, we have a bunch of questions here. So the first one, can you recommend free testing courses?
Yes, I think I can recommend the YouTube courses from so let's go into another direction. There is a bunch of courses available in the YouTube, and feel free to contact me on the LinkedIn, and I will provide you maybe more links, because currently I will not be able to go to the internet and copy paste your link here, but there's a really few persons who have interesting stuff on the internet, and the main one advice is the number of subscribers to the channel will directly proportional to the quality of the courses. So test automation, searching, and if you see that there is let's say more than 100,000 of subscribers, you can freely go through it. And in case of this information will be new to you, any information will benefit, even if it's maybe not structured properly. Yeah, if you get anything, if you get any knowledge, if you will try to do something with your hands, it will be big plus for your skills.
Yeah, thank you, Ivan. And we have also several more questions regarding the courses. So I would like to suggest, if it's gonna be, I don't know, possible for you, maybe to prepare some recommendations, and we can share with our participants their recommendations of courses.
Yes, and
You.
thank you. It's a very good proposition. And so if there is a bunch, if we take into account there is a bunch of information which will be shared after this presentation, we will include this information also, and we will, let's say, solve these few questions in one shot. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, great. Okay, what next question we have? I would like to ask, what courses would you recommend again? So we will share this information.
Yeah, we will share this information in our after event.
Yeah, like in follow-up with them.
In follow-up
information. Yeah. And regarding the certificates, the certificates STQB must have for a newcomer, or those are eventually optional just to have it?
My opinion, in my opinion, it must have, because really, if you don't know anything about the testing, this certification preparation, you reading the syllabi, maybe you using some books to prepare for this exam, along with going through the questions and answers, will create, I will not say that it will create the ordered information in your head immediately after certification pass, but after some time you really will have a good understanding. And I really would like to have a junior or trainee with ISTQB certificate than without.
Great, thank you. Next one, how can I get started with test automation even if I don't have much experience?
So courses, because really the first usually first videos, like if we're speaking about video courses, it's about configuring environment, and also I will try to find the courses in which you have some theoretical background, not just giving you information how to create Hello World program, but also other stuff related to test automation. So this information also will be, I try to find something for free along with such content related to the test automation. Yeah, but that's how it looks like.
Thank you. One more. In your opinion, what is difficult to be junior Java developer or junior manual tester?
I think good question, really. Difficult to enter, of course, any of these positions, because you really company junior hiring capability really depend on the market condition. Yeah, because for now we have our academies put on hold. Yeah, and to enter as a junior Java or to a junior manual, it's if we're speaking about the academy way, of course, if but intern, trainee, junior, it's already some steps ahead of this first level. So in my opinion, a junior developer is more challenging path than position than manual test engineer. Yeah, but
Great.
it's really my opinion.
Thank you. One more question. What do you think about using artificial intelligence, for example, Copilot, for test automation? Do you think testers in the near future won't need to learn programming?
Yeah, let me stop presenting and let me go to the yeah, it's better to show it by example. I hope everyone can see the ChatGPT window. And
Yeah, we can.
To your question, I think any kind of support which can be received from any tools like AI tools, books, courses, mentor, will benefit greatly to you, to your client. Of course, if you will not allow the client sensitive data to leak into it. So in case of something like how I can for Selenium, if we will go with such query, because for some of you it can be a problem to start. Yeah, this tool like Copilot, like ChatGPT bot will provide you the really good comprehensive information for your first steps, and you need to use it as much as possible, but very according to your company policies, let's say, and very careful. Cypress or Selenium, in my opinion, with any test automation tools, is a question of requirements, is a question of, okay, your test automation efforts have some goals to achieve, and which tool will mostly fit in this goal achievement process, like in time, in budget, in skills. Yeah, you will not require a lot of trainings. This you need to select. Also, you need to include here the playwright, and if you will go with some kind of options which need to be provided from your side as a test automation engineer to the client, you need to take into account goals and compare all these tools according to the goals. Yeah, if these can be automated, because really test automation, if you will dive into it, there is a very interesting moments, and not every tool can deal with these moments. Yeah, so it's a question of the project contexts, and it depends. This is an answer.
Thank you, Juan, for the good tips to how to use ChatGPT for learning. We have 6 more questions. So which one, Cypress or Selenium, is better to learn now?
Just answer this question. So it depends on the project context. Yeah.
Okay, great. So is manual testing starting to be replacing by artificial intelligence these days? It's also related.
In my opinion, as I said, this tool can greatly help you improve your work as a manual QA, also as a manual test engineer, but it will not replace the creativity which we have like human beings. Yeah, and our problem solving capabilities and learning capabilities currently much higher than this is yeah, like in these all copilots and all this AI stuff.
Great, thank you. What programming languages are most useful to learn to start working in automotive testing?
STQB, I will answer. STQB required? Yes, in my opinion, yes, it's required, and really it will benefit to you. What programming language? From my opinion, Java will be a good starting point along with Python. Yeah. Why? You can Google this question and find a lot of information, but really Java is, in my opinion, easy enough to learn. There is a bunch of projects still use Java and will use Java in future. So in my opinion, you will always be, you will have a lot of work to do, and you will be market valuable professional if you will have a good Java knowledge. But if you, in your language portfolio will be few languages, it will also greatly benefit.
Great, thank you. We also have the question regarding resources and plus communities that can help to learn.
This will be included into this.
Yeah, we will include. And I would be interested in your insights. Which automation programs are currently most used for backend or front-end testing, or type for some complex? How about using Selenium, probably a Selenium library for Selenium?
Yeah, Selenite and
Okay.
Selenium. Okay. Question. I get the question. Very good. And again, there is a very good answer to these questions. It really depends what to use. If, for example, your team, of course, want to try this. Let's say we're speaking about Selenite replacing Selenium. If you see that it will benefit, you want your team is eager to use this tool. It will remove a lot of let's say flaky tests which you already have with their automate some automatic waiting capabilities. And in general, if there is a problems with your automated test and you can solve these problems with this tool introduction, for sure, yeah, you can use it. But usually how it is tools, you speaking with your colleagues, you arranging some POC, proof of concept projects, where you try these tools and try to solve the goals maybe in a small scale. Yeah, and after that you're trying to scale this solution to hold your test automation framework. Yes, this is how you can go, and this how you can identify if one or another tool will fit you good in current context. Yeah, but really it depends, and there is no black or white, it's gray.
Thank you, Juan. And the last one question, what do you think about learning SQL?
I think it's also will benefit you greatly because there is a bunch of positions where you need to know SQL. This will allow you to be more proficient on the market. So the key point here is if you let's make it simple. If you see that in if you take in 10 position description and in 6 of this position description you have such some technology, it worth to look into it and maybe even to get some initial understanding of what it's all about.
Great. Thank you, Ivan. It was our last question. Thank you very much for your presentation, for interesting insights and tips that you shared today with our audience. Thank you, all participants, that you spent your time with us and for your question. It was very interesting. I wish you only a great evening, and please join our next lectures.